because of integration of those 9 African American students trying to go into Central High School, which is an all-white school. But all of high schools, both black and white, in Little Rock was closed for that reason. And when I went to college in 1958, after I graduated from high school, the high schools were closed in Little Rock. That was kind of a eerie and odd feeling because for the African American, I don't know what was going on with white students, but the African American students, some was able to go across the river to North Little Rock, go to school. Some went to Catholic school, and some of them was just out on the playgrounds all day long because they had no school to go to. Homeschooling was not existing officially at that time. I mean, that there had been a lot of homeschooling probably going on ever since slavery, but homeschooling nowadays, as you know, is a way of getting an education in many ways. So those that did not have schools to go to, they wasn't getting educated, so they just play basketball or they on the park, so they wasn't doing that.
Any additional comments from any panelists?
I have 2 daughters and a son, and they all were born in California. And the youngest daughter, from the old, she's a Magnolia, she went to Delta High School. She came to Delta High School, but she graduated. She Walker. She went to USC, Los Angeles College. But I'd just like to say to the youth that is present here, you can be whatever you want to be. The choice is yours. Whatever choice you make in life, there are consequences. Whatever. But it's good to get an education. Education is very important. And the reason why that you go to school to get an education, you don't go to school to teach the teacher. You go to be taught.
Amen.
Do y'all understand that maybe like in school district, but it is what it is. You don't go to school to teach the teacher. You go to be taught.
Mm-hmm.
School is a place of learning.
Mm-hmm.
Of learning. I just leave it at that right now.
Thank you. We have about 10 more minutes for questions. So please, if anybody else has a question, please raise your hand.
Excuse me, I'm a visitor, but
Yes, ma'am, please.
my mother in Mississippi, I would like for her to describe her classroom, her school that she went to, so the kids understand what they have compared to what she didn't have, and what the hardship they had in her classroom.
Yeah, well, my classroom was just a one little building, a wooden building, with cracks so wide in the wintertime when it was really cold. They would have to take grass sacks, what we call coca sacks, and fill up the cracks between the boards and the walls so we wouldn't freeze to death, because that one little heater we had didn't keep us all, keep all of us. And we wasn't separated. All of the grades was just in that one little room. Be a teacher over here and a teacher over there and a teacher over there. But we wasn't separated. And we had outhouses. We didn't have running water. And we had outhouses. If you know what an outhouse is, it was now it's a restroom, but It was an outhouse in those days. And you would have to go out there. If you needed to go, you know, you had to go. You didn't have a choice. And it was horrible. And we had wooden floors. We didn't know what carpet was. Like the guys was walking on, sitting on carpet, walking on carpet in your classrooms or whatever. We didn't have none of that. We did have a basketball court because I think that's what made me love basketball. Was because, I mean, you know, that's all we had. And when you got, you know, use what you got, all you got, you don't have a choice. But like Reverend Walker was saying a little while ago, I was happy because I knew what I could do and what I couldn't do, and I was happy. And there wasn't always fighting and cutting and shooting. None of that never happened. We were all happy. And we just couldn't wait till our pork and beans got warm to eat lunch. That was the best thing going, you know, because we were hungry. And they filled us up, and we were happy. We'd go to the bucket. We had what they call these cedar buckets. They put water in it and let it set for so long, and it would swell the material so it would leak. And had a dipper, you know. You get a dip of water and drink it and go on. We were just happy-go-lucky kids. There wasn't, I'm going to shoot you, I'm going to kill your family, I'll meet you after school. It wasn't none of that. We were all just happy because we were happy with what we had. We didn't know no better, but that's what we were born into. So we made the best of it. And I tell you what, I was more happy then than I am now at 83. Because I can't work anymore. And no, you know, the system, the state, don't want to help me. I'm raising 2 grandbabies now, 5 and 6 years old. They don't want to help me with them. I'm on, you know, I get a little money once a month, and here I am trying to stretch it from first of the month to the last of the month. And it's hard. When I was in Mississippi going to school and whenever I got a chance to go, I was happy. I didn't have none to worry about. Because like I said, we would always have plenty of food because my mom and dad raised their food. They would kill hogs, goats, young calves, and my mom would make sausages and can them in cans, and we made our own syrup and everything. Everybody would get together, make your own syrup and stuff. We didn't have to buy too much of anything. You raise your corn for your cornmeal. About the only thing you would have to buy was a little flour. But other than that, my mom she raised chicken. And the funny thing about my mom, she would not go out on the yard and pick up a chicken and kill it. What she would do, she'd pick out so many chickens, put them up in a separate little cage where they couldn't eat nothing off of the ground, and give them Epsom sauce in their water, clean them out for a few days, then she'd kill them and we would eat them. She never would just go out on the yard and just pick up a chicken and kill it, because she said it was dirty inside, she cleaned it out. And that was good eat.
Healthy too.
Thank you. Ms. Cross.
I've got one question. When you think back to the entire civil rights movement, was there a significant event or moment for you that stands out more than all of the others? Could you share some of those moments?
Well, in my case, it definitely is because I had an opportunity to participate in the sit-down demonstration, which you might have heard that started at one of Southern universities in 1960. And that was an experience for me, even though, had already gone through and knew about the bus boycotts and Brown versus Board of Education and Christian. And I was at that particular time, I was going to school in Little Rock as opposed to my college. As you heard me say earlier, that was during the time when the high school closed there in Little Rock. So in participating in this demonstration, we were well organized because we had the honor of having these debates who was the president of Arkansas, NAACP, advising us, but they were kind of doing it behind the scenes because this was a student movement from the campus of 11th Smith College. But she would advise us on what to do because we knew that some of us was going to be arrested if we did not, move when they told us to. Now, this is concerning the integration of the lunch counters. And as you know, in some of the schools in the South, there was lunch counters which African Americans was not allowed to sit and eat. I mean, you could go and order something, stand there and wait for it, and then go outside with it once you get it, but you could not sit on the stools there to eat. And so during the demonstration, what our responsibility was, we would go in as a group of students, sit down, and when we needed, turn out the lights and say that they not serving us, and asked us to leave. And when we did not leave, they called the police. And we had already been advised and selected who was going to stay and sit and remain in the bus. Moving when police came in, they were being kept out first. But those that had been selected to stay seated, they got arrested, and then later that day, the ACP would go down and get them out of jail. The next day, we go through the same routine all over again. And during this time, this was happening in the college all over the South because this is, taking hold at that time. So that was a significant achievement that I did in doing the civil rights.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to share their personal experience?
Well, I don't have a significant, because when all that started, I was always in California back there. I was already out of California, so I don't have anything specific that, that I would like to, that I can remember.
I do. Brown versus Board of Education, 1954, was a watershed mark, and school integration segregation became a litmus test for whether or not the white power structure was going to be able to maintain the Southern way of life, which meant segregation. And from that, I can remember the rollout of the civil rights movement in our home. I always thought this was strange. St. Petersburg is on the Gulf of Mexico, and we had a pier that went out a little ways, and there were beaches on each side of that pier. And on the right-hand side, as you were going out to the pier, there was a sign, colored beach. And on this side, it was a white beach. And it occurred even in my juvenile mind, how does that work now? Got water.
Does the water know what color you were?
What's going on? But it wasn't until I joined the military that I began to understand, to learn, and that happened to me when I met a black comrade in arms who was smarter than me. That wasn't supposed to be. That's not what they told me. But they lied to me.
It's amazing.
Thank you, Reverend Walker. Was there an experience, an event that you recall?
No, I wasn't in California during the time that they were moving. I had the privilege to go back. I had an accident and I worked, but I didn't have a desire to because I have to be honest with myself. I wasn't strong enough. I just couldn't deal with it.
Thank you. We have time for one last question from the student. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Kiara. I was wondering from Mr. Coates' perspective of the classroom,
In what aspect?
how your classroom was like.
What a
Miss
white
Thomas?
classroom look like?
Yeah.
So what a white classroom look like compared?
I don't know, I can't compare it. The only time I ever came close to an African-American student was in junior high school, and there was a Mirror Lake, we were across the street, and one afternoon, while we were outside, maybe it was Pete or something, and an African-American teacher had brought her students on a field trip, and they were walking around Mirror Lake, and when they got in front of our school, and so we all crowded to the street to look at African-American students. Now, they were robbed, but we were robbed too. You understand that? And so, I don't know. I don't know what went over in Gibbs High School. I know they had a section of town that was called Methodist Town. I don't know what it's called that, but that's where African Americans lived, and they didn't move anywhere else in our town. And the schools, I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead. There's no way I can compare. We had everything we needed, and unfortunately for me, that's all that matters.
Thank you, Mr. Coates. We have one last question that we'd like each of you in turn to try to share with. And the question to conclude this event is this. Based upon your experience, your time, the wisdom that you acquired over the years, what would be the one piece of advice that you would like to share to these students that they then could share with their friends here on this campus today? The one piece of advice that you feel would be the most significant that would help and assist them today. From staff, Mr. Tack, would you like to start?
Well, I think the most important thing that I can advise you, ladies and gentlemen, is that to live in harmony with each other has far more advantages than hating and discriminating against someone else. I think everyone have a better opportunity for advancement, job, education, and everything else if we respect each other and work together. And even though we have a ways to go, we have come a long ways, and I think even though we have maybe some flaws in our education system, we still have a better education system overall than we had during the time of segregation. Because we all, to some degree, have the same opportunity. There's still class separation as far as where you live and so forth. But I think what I hope that you will get from this is that there was nothing to gain other than more violence by being promoting segregation and separation rather than working together.
want to say to all the young people that's here, don't hate each other. I mean, be friendly. I mean, you know, my mom always told me, if you can't say something nice about a person, don't say nothing at all. Because you go tell her something, she go tell the other person something, or he or she or whatever the case may be. And when you know the thing, there's a whole herd of kids, you know, I heard you said this, and I heard you said that about me, and all this kind of stuff. Come to school in harmony, in love. Love is the most important thing. If you say you love yourself, you have to love everybody else. Now, I know I'm going to get off on the wrong track here to some of you, but I'm getting off on the right track to me. Jesus is love. Amen. He hung on that cross for all of us. He didn't hang on there for himself. He hung on there for all of us. And we have to love one another. I don't care what color you are or what race you are, you have to have that love. If not, this world is not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Hatred is the worst word, and it's just destroying the whole earth. Hatred. And Jesus didn't die on that cross. He didn't take that terrible beating and lose his precious blood for all this to be going on now. And I'm going to tell you, all of you young people, something. I don't know about your religion, about your parents' religion or anything. But if you don't get it right, because Jesus is coming, and he's coming soon. And if you don't get it right, you're going to be left behind, all of it. Stop all this bickering and fighting and hatred and going on and thinking you better than somebody else. You ain't better, no better than nobody else. Jesus created all of us in his image. So stop all this fighting and threatening, and after school, I'm going to meet you over here, and I'm going to meet you over there, and all of this, and for having the police. It's not worth it. You're wasting precious time. Yeah. And we don't have that much time left. Enjoy what we have left. And stop all this bickering, go to school, get your education, and love one another. And obey your parents. That's the main thing right there, is to obey your parents. If your parents tell you to go to school, go to school. Don't go around the corner and get in the car with some little sweet bag and
Girls, good on.
and then have him to bring you back and drop you off, and you come on campus in time to catch the bus or walk home like you've been in school all day. See, I'm talking from experience now. I didn't do that, but I've seen it. Because, see, like I said, I put all my kids through their school district. All of them.
She worked over there right across from Madera High School, right across the street.
I watched that, you know. I'd be sitting out there in my car waiting for some of my kids to get out of school. Here come 4 or 5 girls piling out of one car with these little, you know, sweet bags. Rushing to get on campus before the bell rang. And, you know, they think, the parents think they've been in school. Parents out working to put them through school. And, you know, it's time for all things. It's time for all things. It's time to play. It's time to eat. It's time to sleep. It's time to get your education. Your parents is not out working to have you riding around in a car, a park somewhere in a park, doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be in school, and get all you can get. Because you guys are truly blessed. It's here for you. We didn't have this liberty of having what you guys got now for education. It's not perfect, but consider what we had to go through. It's perfect. So stay in school, get the education. It's time for all things.
Amen.
Okay.
You have to follow that, Reverend Walker.
Stand on up.
Always remember, you cannot change an individual. you have to accept a person as who they are. You see. And it's nice to be nice to one another. Let them know that you're nice, that you can help someone along the way. When you do that, be friendly. You see, you don't gain anything about hating or disliking someone because of their color or race or whatever. You see, we all are God's creation. The best thing that ever happened to me, now some of you may not want to hear this religious stuff, when Jesus came into my life.
Amen.
That's what made the difference. I used to hate. But see, that's been a change in my life. You see, and sometimes, when I think about where I was born and the people that I dealt with and all this kind of thing, and how I grew up, but and I got to thinking about how blessed I am. I'm 80, I soon will be 80 in June. I still can run. I'll probably outrun some of you.
Amen.
I'm blessed. And show your kindness to everywhere you go. It doesn't cost you anything to be nice to other people and be obedient to your parents, to your teachers. As I made mention earlier, the teachers are here to teach you. See, they already have their education.
Amen.
You ought to be coming to learn. And you're not going to learn anything cutting up in school. You see. You have to think about it. You